Hmm. Good afternoon, folks. Good evening. If you're in Liberia, of course, it's good evening. I'm Henry Costa. This is a special afternoon podcast. Not one of the usual ones I do. The reason I'm in my studio is because I intend to host the Liberty Party people um, for 10 minutes of my time towards the end of the podcast. The Liberty Party USA. So they're having their convention. I mean, that's the summit. They're having a summit in the U.S. and the summit is going to be held in Allentown, PA. And they were kind enough to invite me, so I'm going to be attending their summit, which will be held this weekend in Allentown, PA. Okay. Yeah. So uh, I'm not going to be here for too long. There's a few minutes of your time, and I'll be out. I'm going to be here for 30 minutes. But just a few things I wanted to speak to, share the podcast, a few things I wanted to talk about. Um, I want to talk about, um, as I said, the Liberty Party thing. I will host them a few minutes towards it. I normally don't use this in the afternoon. I just use my phone and do the podcast. But I made this exception for the Liberty Party folks. I don't use this at all. I don't. Um, mm, 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 mm. mm. So let me address a couple of things. Number one, some of you may have seen a letter. Mo Ali advised me against this, but I disagree with Mo Ali. I'm going to address it. Some of you may have seen a letter from Representative Yeke in which he says that he is resigning from the COP. And I was surprised when I saw the letter that he's resigning. And the reason I was surprised when I saw the letter is because, as many people on here who are COP officials will bear me witness, Yeke has resigned from the COP, I think, about 3 or 4 times now. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't take his resignation seriously anymore. As far as I'm concerned, Yeke is no longer a member of the COP. He's left many times every day. I don't know what kind of human being can resign from one organization 4 or 5 times. Uh, I mean, come on, folks, tell me, you can't be as serious. You alone, you resign, you go, then you say you back. You resign, then you say you back. So I don't take Yeke seriously at all. I'm done. There are some people in life, you try hard with them. They're hard to deal with, like something got to be wrong with them, but you try very hard. And so you just get to the point where you say, I can't make it, man. I just give up. So when it comes to Yeke, I just give up. I can't make it with Yeke. That's it. Yeah. One day he wants to leave the CPP. The next day he say he was CPP. The next day he forming his own organization. The next day, some of our brothers who were engaged in the war really do need psychiatric counseling. You know, there's something called PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. It's a real problem. So maybe our people in Liberia again, they think it's not real. It's a real thing. People go to war, they come back, they have problems, they hallucinate, they see stuff, and when they don't get the help they need, and then just try to force their way back into the society and be normal, it's hard to be normal. We see it in America. Those of you who live in America, post-traumatic stress disorder is a real problem. So I'm sure my brother is suffering from PTSD. How can one man resign from one organization 5 times? What in be your own now? Yeah. Then he went and listed all kinds of things in a letter trying to make me look bad. Don't bring a PTSD thing to me. You got your mental issues. We should lot go deal with it. But don't bring your thing to me talking about COP is a one-man show. Yeke has never been to a COP meeting forever. Never. Yeke never goes to COP meetings. Never. All the other executives are there. They will tell you, Yeke has never been to a meeting. He doesn't know how COP runs. The projects we do when we try to, he's in the chat room. He never participates in anything at all, never goes to a meeting at all. But then you accuse me of running a one-man show. You write a letter, you publish a letter in the public to try to make me look bad. Then some people say, I'm not talk. He's not talk. The man say he's leaving. Then he write in a letter, he say, no, don't tell me let it be so. You don't tell that nonsense. Y'all go tell him let it be so. Let the crazy man leave me alone, man. You understand? Let the man go leave me alone. All day, he won't leave CPP. He won't leave COP. He won't find one political party. He won't go to CDC. He won't do this. I don't have patience for that. And the part that pisses me off, two things piss me off. One, he's resigned 3 or 4, 5 times. Two, he does not go to meetings. He does not participate in any activities. Then he has the bravery to write a letter and accuse me of running a one-man show. Do you know how COP works? Do you know how the COP works? We go to meetings, we debate, we argue. That's how the COP works. But you will not know because you've never been to any of our meetings. So let nobody tell me to leave it. I have the right to deal with this because this crazy man who needs to go see a psychiatrist should leave me the hell alone. You want to resign, just resign. For the 9th time or the 10th time. But don't put my name in your stupid letter. I'm just sick and tired of the man. Then he said he's leaving. He said because he said because we be criticizing political leaders. What kind of nonsense is that? Political leaders. You can say you're resigning because your ANC people say you should resign. That's you're right. If your party tells you to resign, you will resign. You go. You just go. But it's just crazy, man. One man. This guy takes all the bribe they get in the legislature. You know, there's an attitude, and I'll talk. You can feel your own fear boy that your business. The $30,000 they gave in the legislature that we were beating Dylan for, Yeke to his own. Everybody knows that. He takes the full salary, this full amount. He never called it paid. Nothing wrong with that. He takes it. Every bribe they pay to sign every agreement, he takes his share. Every single time. Every single time. And y'all know that one. So what made it different? Because you can cause jobs we are? Is that it? Is that it? Because you cause jobs we are? God, man. Oh, man. It's nonsense. Yeah. Leave me alone, man. Go. And let me just say this. He's not welcome back. This is your 4th resignation. You're not coming back. I just want to say this. As chairman, I'm going to put my foot down. Don't get up tomorrow morning and say, I can't back the COP. We will not accept him back. That's it. It's final. You're not coming back. I'm tired with this. We're going to make him resign from one organization 5 times. Something you see, right? And you won't come put more on people. Nonsense. Let me talk different thing here. All right. So, Miguel Twe Koji Ledger who running, they're in the States. And they posted pictures of themselves meeting with Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina. And they're celebrating it. It's a big deal. Lindsey Graham First of all, who is Senator Lindsey Graham? Lindsey Graham is a Republican senator from the state of South Carolina, serving his 4th term in the United States Senate. He was a protege, a mentee of the late Senator John McCain. When McCain was alive, Lindsey Graham, McCain knew how to keep Lindsey Graham in track. But after Senator McCain died, Graham just lost his way. Lindsey Graham stands for absolutely nothing. Lindsey Graham capitulates. Lindsey Graham used to say the worst things about Donald Trump. Now Lindsey Graham supports him. Fine, it's politics. But the point here is that Lindsey Graham has no influence with the Biden administration. None whatsoever. In fact, Lindsey Graham and Biden used to be cool when they were both in the Senate. But I remember one time during the campaign, they asked Biden about Graham, and Biden said, I don't know what happened to Lindsey. I don't know what happened to him. Like, the guy has lost it. He's gone, he's gone cuckoo. So Lindsey Graham has no influence with the Biden administration. None whatsoever. Fine, that's one. But you know what? You know what a laughable thing is? Here's a laughable thing. The government folks posted that Lindsey Graham is helping them to write a letter to his colleagues in the Senate, his colleagues on the Appropriation Committee, Budget and Appropriations Committee, and on some other committee, a support letter so that they can do what? They can push, they can advocate for Liberia to get $500 million from the Millennium Challenge Corporation. 500 million. These boys are stupid. When I read the press release issued by the government, I said to myself, is something wrong with these guys? Do the guys not know what the Millennium Challenge Corporation is? The Millennium Challenge Corporation is not like a U.S., like the way the U.S. normally gives aid. It was established in 2004 by Congress, created by Congress in 2004 under President George Bush, with a new philosophy toward aid. What it does is that the MCC ties aid to a number of things. There are benchmarks. There are things you have to do to qualify for an MCC facility. The rule of law, fighting corruption, democratic rights, 21, I think there are about 21 or 20 or 19 benchmarks. You have to meet them. If you don't meet them, you fail. Liberia failed the last time. You remember George Weah said, we will ask for study class teacher. Who remembers that? George Weah had gone to a program where the American ambassador was present, Christine Elder. At that program, George Weah said they had gone to break grounds for some expansion project for water and sewer, because part of the MCC money went to water and sewer. And they went there, and George Weah stood up when it was time for him to speak. He said, he told the Americans, when I went to school, there were times when the lesson was difficult. We would have a study class teacher to help us. So we want a study class teacher to help us pass the test. Now, the MCC does not give you an actual examination or test that you're going to go sit down and take. It doesn't do that. The way it works is that they have these guidelines. Like I said, political rights. They give you a scorecard. Every country that is qualified and admitted into the MCC compact is given a scorecard. And they will monitor and they will evaluate your progress in each of these areas. Political rights, corruption control, the rule of law, conducive business environment, you name it, a number of things. And that Solomon Swan George Weah said to the American ambassador, send us a study class teacher so we can pass. What? So now they've come to America. They met Lindsey Graham, Senator Lindsey Graham. The U.S. Congress was on vacation. They just returned. The Congress went on vacation in August. They just got back. So they came to the States. They met Lindsey Graham, and they asked Lindsey Graham to write a letter. So Lindsey Graham wrote a letter, or he has promised to write them a letter to ask his colleagues to push for Liberia to get $500 million. Jesus Christ. It doesn't work that way. And anybody can go and read it. The MCC doesn't work that way. It's an independent body. The way it works is that you have to qualify. You have to score on a number of things. I think of the 19, let me see the requirements for MCC. Jesus Christ. You do not need a congressman to help you get MCC money. Sierra Leone just got some money the last time, $400 million. $400 million is what Sierra Leone got the last time. $400 million because MCC Sierra Leone qualified for the second tranche, $400 million. Honor Ellen Johnson Sirleaf back in 2015, Liberia received $257 million. And then you come here and tell us that a congressman would write you a letter? Huh? A congressman would write you a letter, and that letter is supposed to help you get MCC money? When we know that you failed and our scorecard was published, we failed and Sierra Leone passed. And you tell us that that a senator will write you a letter. And that letter is supposed to help you get money. Jesus Christ. And now they say they want $500 million. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf got $257 million. George Weah says he wants $500 million. You're not going to get $500 million from the MCC. You can have all congressmen, all 535 congressmen and women. You can have them write you a letter or letters. It will not work. You do not get MCC money in that manner. You have to pass the benchmarks. That's the way you get MCC money. I'm going to name some of them for you. I'm going to go on the MCC website and I will name some of the MCC benchmarks for you. That's not the way you do it. So these guys are stupid. Are they that stupid? Eh? This is the selection process. It's on the MCC's website. I'm going to go read it. MCC's board uses a 4-step process to select countries as eligible for assistance, including identifying candidate countries and establishing the criteria and methodology used to select countries. Country scorecards. They give you a scorecard. MCC's board assesses individual country commitment to ruling justly, investing in people, and economic freedom using policy indicators compiled into country scorecards. Selection indicators. MCC uses public third-party governance data for the indicators on the country scorecards. You see what the MCC does? Suspension or termination. Eligibility for assistance can be suspended or terminated for several reasons, including if a country engages in a pattern of actions inconsistent with MCC's eligibility criteria. This year, they had a ceremony in town. Let me go find the story. They terminated Liberia's MCC program. They had a ceremony. We were terminated. Now, we were terminated. They had a big program in Liberia. Now, we were terminated. It's right here on their website. The MCC published it. It's right here. Can you all read this? MCC and the government of Liberia recognized close out of $257 million, boosting access to power and economic growth. All right, it reads, January 21, 2021. Yesterday, the Millennium Challenge Corporation and the Millennium Challenge Account Liberia marked the successful closeout of the $257 million MCC Liberia Compact, which aimed to address limited access to reliable and affordable electricity in the country. They closed our MCC program. We were terminated. It's over. We failed. They're not going to give us new money. We cannot, we don't qualify. Going to a congressman to help you will not work. We failed. This is our scorecard. Look at Liberia's scorecard right here. On the website, the MCC website, our scorecard is there. Liberia failed. It failed. Then you go to a congressman to help you. Look at, they got it here. Economic freedom. For economic freedom, the score here is here. Everywhere here. What about, you have economic freedom, gender in the economy, land rights and assets, regulatory quality, trade policy, business startup, access to credit, political rights, civil liberties, government effectiveness, control of corruption, rule of law, freedom of information, investing in people. You got health expenditures, primary education expenditures. All the ones in red, we fail. Now, this is our scorecard, folks. Can you see it? I want to make sure you can see it. I'm about to close up on this thing and move to the Liberty Party people to host them. Can you see the scorecard, folks? Let me know if you can see my phone. Do you see it, folks? The areas you see marked in red, the areas you see marked in red, those are the ones we fail in. We fail. Marked in red. So you can see it, right? All the red, we fail. This is our scorecard. It's on the MCC's website. So look at now. Let's start from the very top. Is here? Let's go right here. This here. Fail. So red. So red. One green yet. Huh? Okay, you got another 2 green down. Then you got 2 green yet. 1 green yet again. Let's go. You see it? Red. We failed. We failed in the MCC program. It doesn't work that way. You don't go to a senator and ask him to write you a letter. It doesn't work that way. The way it works, you have to be eligible. When you sign up, you meet the eligibility criteria, and then you work towards improving your country, improving the environment, improving access to credit, improving political rights, improving trade policy, improving health expenditures, the healthcare sector, improving civil liberties. You shutting down radio station, and then you say what? That's how they shut us down. It's right here. It's on the website. Congress people are not involved with the MCC. It's an independent body. They give you money based on your eligibility, and you must pass their benchmarks. And you come all the way to America. You meet one congressman who Joe Biden can stand. Is the man you go to and you expect him to help you? The guys are sick. Let me go take the Liberty Party folks, and then I will close this thing up. I said I was going to be here for no more than 30 minutes. So, Mr. Philip Swat.
Hey, yeah, how you doing?
Good, Mr. Swat, welcome.
All right, thank you, man. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate the gesture. Thank you.
Welcome. I normally don't do this. I don't do afternoons, but your people asked, and I felt I needed to. Yeah. So, is anybody else joining us, Mr. Swat?
We should have had another person, but they had a conflict, so.
But it's okay. We can go ahead. You are the Yeah, you can do just you can handle this.
Yeah.
So you're having a summit, uh, which is slated for the weekend. It's a whole weekend affair in Allentown, PA. Okay,
Yeah.
the other person is coming on.
There
Good.
you there she is.
We have the lady right here. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mrs. Beatrice Kanga Gray. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having us.
It's my pleasure. So the Liberty Party is having a summit in the USA. It's for the whole weekend. Let's talk about it. The
Well, the
itinerary, the purpose of the summit, everything. When is it going to begin? What's going to be happening there? The objectives and all.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Henry. Well, the summit is this weekend. It starts from the 17th on to the 19th. And the purpose of this summit is to advance the conversation on healthcare in Liberia. This is something that is not spoken about until there's a pandemic or an epidemic in Liberia. But the health system in Liberia is broken. People are dying. There's a lot going on that is not talked about. So the focus here will be to have a health workshop. And during the health workshop, we will have some health professionals, Liberian health professionals, who will come to talk about the healthcare system in Liberia, what it used to be then, what it is now, how is it funded, who benefits, if at all anybody benefits from it. And those are things that we will be talking about. Health professionals in Liberia, are there any credentialing, or who's out there servicing our people, giving them health care? You have pharmacies. Who are the pharmacists that are giving these medication? Are they giving them the right medication? All of those questions we have. And this is not what's been talked about. So we are going to have a health workshop. And from that health workshop, we're going to identify more causes and perhaps have recommendations. So on Friday is meet and greet, starts 7 to 11. People will be arriving. It's time to connect and know one another. Start and then on Saturday morning from let's say 8:30 to 1 o'clock is going to be the health workshop. We are also anticipating to have some of the CPP leaders will call in via Zoom to greet the party or people who are going to be the guests who are going to be there at the summit. So that's the morning section. That's when we're going to actually have the workshop to talk about the health system, and then that evening will be the grand ball. That's the fundraiser, but it's gonna be a fundraiser. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a guest speaker. We're gonna have a performance. We have one of our Liberians traditional dancer who's gonna be dancing. She's gonna be performing. Lineup speaker, of course, the political leader is going to be one of the speakers. We are anticipating the chairman to also greet us via Zoom. We have a keynote speaker who's an American. He's a civil activist. He ran for Congress 2018. He was one of the first Black person to run for Congress in the whole of the Lehigh Valley, where I am in Pennsylvania. So he's a pastor. He's gonna be the keynote speaker, and then we're gonna hang out the rest of the night and just have fun. But the fundraiser is the main goal, Henry, and whatever the proceed actually is gonna help. Uh, it's gonna help in Liberia. It's gonna Liberty Party had they had a mobile clinic that started, but then they want to resume. They want to start going, doing the mobile clinic again. So those are things that we're looking at for this summit.
Thank you. Let's come to Mr. Swab. So it's a whole weekend of activities, as Madam Beatrice Hunger Gray said. So the funds, so the Saturday evening event, which is a ball slash fundraising event, Do you have party members, officials coming from all over? Is it open to the public as well?
Yeah, sure. So the both the morning and evening events are open to the public. We're asking Liberians of all political backgrounds, right, to participate. Because the issue of healthcare is something that impacts the entire country. And I was listening to your comments earlier about the MCC. If you look at the MCC categories that we filled in, I think a couple of them related to healthcare, right? So I think that's important. If you look at where we are as far as the Human Development Index, right? Liberia is below Afghanistan in terms of the quality of life, because the Human Development Index measures, a few categories around healthcare, education, per capita income, and if our country that's not going through a war like Afghanistan is now, if their HDI is slightly better than ours, then we have a problem. And we feel healthcare is one of many, right? There are a lot of different challenges in our country. But given the current climate, we believe that this is an appropriate time to delve into the issue of healthcare. And while it's true that, this is Liberty Party, USA leading in this effort, we've opened the door to every Liberian, right, to come and give their comments and share their thoughts on what they feel should be a solution for healthcare in Liberia. We have confirmation from former Vice President Boycott, who's going to call in and to give his comments and address the folks. We also have confirmation from, at least tentative confirmation from ANC and Mr. Cummings, who will also participate, hopefully, this weekend. And as B mentioned earlier, our political leader is also going to comment. So these are things that we're trying to do to focus on the issues, right? Because as much as most of the discussions we've held over the last couple of years have been centered around the issue of, who's going to win the next election and all of that, which is all good because it still follows in suit, right? But I think if we start to look at the specific issues that are meaningful to Liberians, we will find that there's common ground, right? Issue of healthcare. We have common ground in healthcare because it impacts all of our family members, regardless of political affiliation. So that's what we're trying to do, trying to look for opportunities where we can disagree, but in an environment where we're doing something that would benefit the country.
That's very, very good. So Friday, the meet and greet, what time does it start? The location, the address, and stuff like that. How can people access this information?
The meet and greet starts 7 p.m. to maybe 11 and so on. But I'm not going to disclose the address. We have the itinerary that we're going to send out to the guests. So if you're coming, we'll hope you'll be there.
They would know. Those who are coming would know.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, right. We have the itinerary that we're going to send out.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, we also have, we have those who are visiting for the morning session, right? We're having that at the Amicus Hotel in Allentown, PA. And so we're posting some of that information online. So those who can access the different media can participate. And we'll also I don't know if you have handy the Cash App information for the party that you can disclose. What we're asking people and we're trying to post online is, hey, just send us your name and phone number in the memo section of the Cash App, and that way you can access your ticket. We're going to download that information on the day of both the morning and the evening session, and that will give you access to the program.
So the Cash App is the $ LPUSA 2020. The $ LPUSA 2020. And I will let me give the rundown post the ticket prices. We have $75. That's the general ticket. We also have $250. That's a VIP ticket. If you purchase $250 ticket, you're gonna come with another person. So it's two people, $250. And we have a Supreme VIP, we call it, $500. If you purchase $500 ticket, you can bring 3 people with you. It's you and 2 other persons, so it's 3 people. So that's the ticket prices.
Did I get a Cash App right? I just pinned it right there at the bottom.
Yes, that's it. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. And then they can add their name and phone number in the memo section.
Okay. And this is to purchase their ticket?
Yes. And it's $75 for individuals and what B had mentioned in terms of the package.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Well, folks, I look forward to to seeing you guys at the convention, at the summit, and to meeting others that I haven't met and interacting and supporting a good cause. Any final message you guys want to give before?
Sure, definitely, man. Well, first, really appreciate you going out of your way to do this for Liberia. I'm sure you're not doing it for Liberty Party, but you're doing it because of the message that comes with it. Thank you so much, and thank you for your earlier comment about the MCC. I think that's important to understand that we do have some issues in our country, and healthcare ranks amongst those issues. So those are things that we're hoping Liberians of all stripes could participate and share their values on. And then one last comment, and a lot of times in the political environment, I know when opposition parties or people who oppose the government bring comments, a lot of times our brothers and sisters with CDC take offense to that. But I would reach out to them and let them know that this summit is about Liberia first. Let's put aside our differences, our political differences, and participate in something that adds value to the country as a whole. So that's my comment, and appreciate the time you've given us here again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Henry, for having us. We appreciate you. We appreciate all you do. We just want to let everyone know that this is about Liberia. When you're in a country that has the highest maternal mortality rate in the world, you have to talk about that. So those are things that we'll be talking about. That's why we want to focus on healthcare. So we're asking all of you to show up. This is important. It's about Liberia. It's not about Liberty Party. It's about Liberia. And we just welcome you and hope to see you there, Henry. Thank you again for having us. I just want to quick thank our Summit Planning Committee for the work. I'd like to thank the communication team led by Timothy Ba for making this happen. We appreciate him. We want to thank our finance team, our hospitality team. Thank you so much to all of you for your hard work. We're looking forward to see all Liberians at this summit. It's all about Liberia. All what we do is about the betterment of Liberia. Thank you so much.
Thank you all so much, and looking forward to seeing you on the weekend.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.